Start shaking, shaking, shaking. I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Laura. My name is Laura. Today's session is a gentler pace session for anyone whose legs and feet feel achy, stiff, swollen, restless, or just exhausted. It's just about a gentle seated moment designed to help you increase mobility, circulation, and maybe tap into some nice breath work so that we calm our nervous system down alongside with it. As always, this is your practice. Modifications will be provided, but go ahead and make this your own. Pause or change any of these postures to help align with your body as it shows up today. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Laura. I create gentle yoga and movement practices for real people in real bodies. I teach virtually every Sunday, live virtual sessions every Sunday. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter and to be invited for those down in the description link. And of course, please interact with this video any way you can. It'll really help my community grow. That said, let's get started. We're going to just start by waking up the ankles and the feet. Begin by gently flexing and pointing the feet. Starting out slowly, just like you're pressing and releasing a gas pedal or the brake pedal. Bring the arms up for some nice imagination time. Maybe we're in the racing simulator. All right, I'll stop with the jokes. We're just gently flexing and pointing the feet here. Noticing how our body is arriving. Maybe you feel stiffness. There's no wrong answers. And then maybe dropping one foot before we do some gentle ankle rotations. Now, if it feels okay, we can do both feet lifted at the same time. That might be a little much for some tired feet, so it's totally an option to do one at a time. The only thing I encourage you to do is to look at which direction you're facing, because we're going to switch it up. Changing direction now. And maybe you want to just bring in the wrist for some double time, 2-for-1 action here. There's no, make this your own, like I said. All right, we're just seeing how our ankles are showing up here before we gently release them back to the earth for our next pose. Now let's slowly begin some seated marching. We're going to activate the calves. We don't have to lift the foot fully off the mat here or off the earth. You can just press into the toes to lift those heels. But if you do feel like you are able to march fully by lifting up the legs, lifting up the entire foot, we're pulling through the hip and maybe activating the core to help lift up through the leg. One at a time. And there's no need to lift high unless you really feel like you want to go higher. Of course, make it your own. But if helpful, you can place your hands under the thighs for support. It might help you guide it up and down, then up and down. It could be 2 hands, it could be 1. Excellent. Let's keep the cadence going. You can go faster and you can add some arm pumps, again, for that 2-for-1, freebie exercise with the upper body. We are, of course, focusing on our lower body, but anytime I can get a freebie in, why not? All right, now let's do some calf activations by planting the heels onto the earth and just flexing the toes towards your body. So if you could see my toes, they'd be reaching towards my body and then relax. Flex the toes, relax. Flex the toes towards yourself, then relax. You'll feel this through the calves and the shins. We are bringing some circulation and some fresh energy to our tired legs. Now switching to just 1 foot forward here, continuing the flex motion. Breath is paramount. If you can do this and you can breathe perfectly, see if you can add a small head movement here. So when you flex the foot, you can look up, looking back down at the foot. Tiny movement, very gentle, maximum impact, making sure we're breathing. You compare it to the movement, your breath to movement, your inhales and your exhales. Compare to the movement, whatever works for you. Excellent. Then we're going to switch sides if you're ready, planting that left heel forward before we flex and lift, gently lower. Flex and lift, gently lower. Of course, we can add that head movement here. Making sure we're not pressing our shoulders up to our ears or that we're tensing our jaw or we're using or tensing any muscles that we don't need right here. Alrighty, getting ready for our next pose. Okay, next up, we have something very simple, just some tapping of the body. I suggest doing the entire leg if that's available to you, if you're able to go all the way down to the foot even. Your shins. Perhaps it might feel more comfortable to put a pillow right here so that your torso can rest on something as you tap both sides of the legs, actually all sides of the legs, forward, front, back, side to side. And this right here is stimulating blood flow. It is waking the body up. Perhaps you've been sitting all day, and of course you can lift the leg up to go underneath the thighs. Hi, little helper. If I would, I'd lift up this leg, but my little helper here is here. I don't want her to jump off. But we're just tapping everywhere, including the backs of the glutes, if you can reach there, if your chair allows. And maybe even the lower back. Heck, why not? But we're literally getting everywhere possible that feels tired and achy. Excellent. All right, the next one we're going to do is just shake the legs out. Plant the toes on the ground and just start shaking, shaking, shaking. I'm so sorry. Shaking. I'm going to set you down. Start shaking those legs. Wake the body up. You can do gentle tapping. You might hear it. Hopefully your downstairs neighbor is not sleeping. Just waking the body up. You can see my hands following suit. Excellent. Good job. High five. Oh boy. Good job, girls. I got the best helpers. Now from here though, I just want to show you the side angle. So both feet are back on the earth. They're planted. Hands are resting on our thighs. As you inhale, gently press those elbows in towards the hips as you curve the spine and press the front of your body towards the wall in front of you, gently lifting your chin towards the ceiling. Before we exhale, gently round the body, sucking that air out so that it vacuums your navel towards your spine. And we're rounding our entire spine so that the chin goes towards the chest this time. Our navel, our core is hollowed out. Going back to cow on our next inhale. We will quicken the pace here. Before we exhale, back to our cat pose. This is a really good one in the middle of a work day, middle of travel. And let's get a cadence going. Following breath to movement, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Inhaling cow, exhale to cat. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. Let's do one more each version. Inhale cow, exhale back to cat. Really round that spine, make it the best of the day. Awesome. Back to our neutral spine. I'm going to flip back forward because next up we have one of my favorites. This might not be available for everybody, so keep that in mind as I cue us into this. Figure 4 is when you look down, let's start with our right ankle, grab that right ankle and lift that ankle so that it's resting over top that left knee. Of course, you might think, I'm not a pretzel, I can't do that. No problem. Easy modification, you'll get the same benefits. If you're in this version, go ahead, rest, feel that opening of the hip, enjoy it for now, and just breathe. I will cue something else. But if that didn't work for you, let's try crossing at the ankles. Wherever stage you are at, you're going to rest the hands on the thighs and inhale, lifting that spine tall. On the exhale, hinging forward on the hips a couple of inches so that our torso, our chest is leaning over top of our thighs right here. This might be as far of a fold that you feel comfortable without somersaulting out of your chair. So if that's the case for you, just let the head and neck hang heavy so that we can relax our head. I'm going to show what a more forward fold might look like if we are in that figure 4. So where your arms can reach towards the earth and you have gravity pull you down. And once you reach your maximum, that's when you relax your head and your neck. Okay, listening to my voice here, we're going to slowly lower the leg and switch sides, moving gently, knowing that each side might feel different today. Once you switch sides of the legs, coming into that forward fold, again on this side, enjoying that feeling. Going to come out of it slowly. For our next pose, no rush. So coming out one vertebrae at a time, activating that core will really help us support ourselves as we lift ourselves up. And then I love to grab onto that ankle and guide that leg down rather than just letting the legs do the work. It's just a nice, gentle way to support your body, especially if our legs are tired and stiff and all that jazz. So if you're ready to join me for the last pose of the day, let's just place our heels on the ground and flex those toes and point those toes. It might be a little difficult with sneakers on like I have, but ideally, I wear these outfits just so you know that these can be done pretty much anywhere. I'm flexing my toes and pointing my toes inside my shoes here. So let's do that. And then let's also clench the glutes and release. Clench the glutes and release. It's probably imperceptible on camera, but it's a nice way to bring circulation back to these really sensitive areas that have been supporting you all day. So the visual of my fist is showing that I'm clenching the glute, releasing, clenching the glute and releasing. All right, let's do a final slow thank you to our body, placing those feet on the earth. Let's bring our palms to heart center, thinking about how our lower body feels now that we've moved and grooved for about 10 minutes, taking care of it. Inhaling in, closing the eyes. Exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, and thank you for being here as part of my community. I hope this practice helped you feel a little better, and if it did, even like 1%, please let me know in the comments. And consider saving this video for later, especially for long work days, travel days, after standing for hours, or even low energy days. And if you like more gentle practice like this, subscribe to my channel, Yoga with Laura. I share chair yoga, bed yoga, beginner-friendly movement, and accessible practice for nearly everybody. And I also teach virtually every Sunday. So check out the video description link and sign up for all the fun stuff. I will see you at the next one. Toodaloo.